this could be one of the most concerning stories that we hear, and one that worried me really the most. It's not just happening in 2022, it's not just happening in 2023, it's been happening for the last few years. But if we don't get a hold of it and we don't change some of these policies, I'm scared to know what America will look like. And guess what? It should concern you because it is dealing with your money. So now let's jump into it. It's going to be a good one. This video starts right now. As you see and hear, it is flooding here. So we are under the porch again because of some of the weather. I am not complaining because it is not 20 and 30 outside. It's about 60. So that sounds good. I'm okay with rain as long as it's not butt cold. If you're new to our channel, go down here, press subscribe, ring the bell. Before we get into the video, please know we are doing a monster giveaway when we get to 200,000 subscribers. Thousands of dollars to give away. We're doing battery banks, seed hauls, $500 gift certificate to Harvest Right, a little buddy heater. It's thousands of dollars worth of things, even down to coffee and some of our sponsors that we utilize in a lot of these videos. So please go in here, press subscribe, ring the bell. It does not take anything. 200,000 people will be in the drawing and it's free, and we want to be able to give you something back to say thank you. So please go in here, press subscribe. Now let's jump into the video. You know, we've heard a lot of stories this year that concern us with our money. We've had videos that we've talked about with PayPal and with inflation and what do we do with our money. Now the things that you can't control because it's on maybe a political level is your taxes. We know that. But this was a story that came out from Hot Air just this week. In many states, upwards of 14 and several others that are mulling it over, welfare and benefits pay more than the median average income per household. And some of the issues that we had over the last few years, we have seen unemployment benefits and government handout benefits get more and more and more. The average median household for America right now is anywhere from 67 to 72,000. That's the average of the last 2 to 3 years. That's a pretty good income. Now, inflation has really hurt those numbers, to be honest with you. Actually, a study came out this year and said that most people, over 70% of people were literally buying most of their Christmas and most of their goods on credit cards, and they're not paying those credit cards off. They're building up heavier debt levels and debt loads. Well, with inflation making your dollars buy less and the interest rates going up, that's not playing well for you. So that brings me back to this story. More people are realizing, well, instead of me working and doing 40, 50, 60 hours a week, why don't I just take these benefits? Hey, the government's giving them to us, why don't we just take them? And that's not, first of all, as a man, that's not the way to look at the benefits or things that government does for you. I believe the government needs a safety net and to take care of people who are disabled and hurting and going through bad times. I'm not saying that. I think unemployment's a good thing. But when we expand these benefits to where people don't have to do anything and they're just getting government dole and government money, the average annual income, if you file for all unemployment benefits through the state and also the federal government, can be upwards of $80,000. So that's $10,000 to $15,000 over average median income. Washington, Massachusetts, and New Jersey's, some of those benefits can be upwards of 6 figures, $100,000 per year you can get off the government. That means my tax dollars that I'm working so hard, like this rain, I'm fixing to go have to work more in this rain. That hard work that I do and then the taxes I pay is not going to help just some guy who's down on their luck. It's going to help someone to sit on their couch and be lazy. That's not making me happy, especially when they're making $80,000 to $100,000 off the government. The average household income in Washington, New Jersey, and Massachusetts, so they can get upwards of $100,000, but the average median household income is $82,000, and that's saying $82,000 for a family of 4, roughly. In states like Arkansas, or like rural states like we're in, Arkansas's average median income is $52,000. So if the government is giving benefits of $80,000 for you to sit at home versus working 40 to 50 hours a week for $52,000, what do you think they're going to do? Mississippi is even lower. I think our average median income is around 40 to 45. So if we see the government passing out more money, here's the problems that can cause. 2 things. Number 1, If we get used to the government taking care of us, what is that going to do? That's going to make us in a more socialistic, fascistic society where we're giving more power to the government, because guess what? When those dollars come to you, they expect more from you. So if you're getting tax dollars, there may be requirements and recommendations and legal ramifications one day that if I'm giving you $80,000, you've got to take this, or you've got to do this, or you can't believe this way. You don't believe that. You don't think that's going to happen. It is. No money is free. That money is costing us, which is ultimately given away to people for the government to manipulate. If the government keeps giving that money to Americans, that's going to sway their vote. That's buying their vote. That's going to make them believe and feel a certain way, because they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them. So I think that's why a lot of these rhinos and a lot of these Democrats and a lot of these people that are wanting big government keep funneling money, taking money away from really the middle class and funneling more money to people to just sit at home, because then it allows people, it's like they're buying the vote. So then they can pass anything they want, long as that money never stops, long as we as Americans can be lazy and you know, we're okay with that. We don't have to own everything. We can just be happy with the government giving us stuff. We're building a true reset and really a true socialist society in America. Secondly, especially as a man, I want to work. I desire to work. I believe that we need to work. It helps us to stay healthy, helps us to stay fit, helps us to take care of our family, helps us to take, responsibility. It makes you feel like you're worth something. So if we can be more independent and more sustainable, then it helps us raise our families in that way and see the freedom. If we can do the things without the government intervention, that allows the freedom to keep going and allows the America that we once had will come back. However, if we just let the government give us money, because they can print it out of thin air, or they can tax us to no return, that means we're not gonna really care about working. We're just going to want to get free money. What's concerning to me is there was a study done, and I'm a millennial. I mean, I'm in the age, so I'm dogging my generation out. XYZ, you know, we're dogging these generations out. What's sad is that there was a study done the other day that said, what do you believe the answer to the issues are? What should we do? What should the government do? First of all, the government should not be doing anything. They should just get that crap out of the way and let us Americans go back to work and do what we're supposed to do, take care of our family, and quit printing money and quit spending money that they don't have. Sorry, I digress. But the story was, what do you think the government should do? And overwhelmingly, especially in the younger generations, they said we need more stimulus. We need government to step in and help us. When has government ever stepped in your life and really been a true help without having some problems, without having so much regulation or having so much red tape? But overwhelmingly, people said we need more government assistance. We need more government intervention. We need more stimulus. So that's why I come back and say this may be one of the most concerning stories, is because people don't want to quit spending. People don't want to grow a backbone. People don't want to work hard. They want things given to them. So the mentality of saying, well, I'm okay with not owning anything. I'm okay with not working for it. Hey, they're giving me money. I can eat. I'm happy. You know, as long as they're feeding me and giving me, I'll do whatever they want me to do. I'll vote however I need to keep that money flowing. All we're doing is we're taking hard-earned tax dollars and bad policies and taking our money to funnel it to buy votes, to basically turn this nation away from freedom into basically a socialist or a communist nation. If you don't believe it, look before your eyes. Look at that study. More people are saying we need more stimulus. Do you really? Think of what stimulus got us the last 2 to 3 years. It gave us money in the bank. Well, then guess what? If you kept your money in the bank, that money's worth way less than what it was then, because ultimately it's caused more inflation. It's caused the interest to go up because we're trying to now balance out the system. For instance, inflation as of these numbers, the last quarter is set to say that it costs $10,000 per household more than what it did last year because of inflation. So 10,000 more. Well, if we print more stimulus and we do more things like that and our interest goes up to try to balance it out, that means either you're gonna pay more on your debts or your money's worth less. So basically, it's not helping you to get stimulus. But we've been so brainwashed to say, yeah, I think we need more stimulus. Government needs to give us more money. Well, the government doesn't have any money. And just like, for instance, we're giving all our money to other countries to fight their battles instead of fighting them here. So it's concerning to me that Americans have lost the fact of what it means to work, to take care of their family. A minority of Congress, a very small minority of Congress, actually still believes in the American dream. They'll say they believe in it, but they don't. Because guess what? They vote for things like the omnibus bill. They vote for stimulus. And this goes back to Republicans and Democrats. We have to realize that government should be in an emergency situation to take care of us, not to feed us and do everything for us, because then we're building a socialist nation. Not to be confused with not helping folks. If you're unemployed, you're down on your luck and something just happened, your work has left you, or you're sick, that's not who I'm talking about. But there's a lot of people probably abusing the unemployment benefits and all these benefits that the government are pushing, all for the thought of saying I can be lazy and the government's going to give it to me. And therefore, I'm going to do and vote however they want me to vote because I need this money to keep on coming in. Sad. Very sad. So I challenge you to do better. Work harder, gain wisdom, see these stories and how we need to do better than this. We need America and people to stand up and do more than what we're seeing actually happening around us. Take control of your life and take care of your family and be sustainable and gain wisdom. God bless, guys. Happy homesteading, y'all.